Focus.
Sally sells seashells by the seashore. Sally sells seashells by the seashore.
As long as it's not selling more than seashells.
What else would she be selling?
Welcome, everyone, to episode 8 of Dorian Destinations Podcast. I am Franco, and this is
Shannon.
And we are your neighborhood-friendly travel advisors.
There we go. All right.
Oh.
So this is episode 8.
Episode 8, and we're going to talk about the myths and truths about certain destinations, which is an interesting one. We have a great wine, a cab, that we want to hit up. It's, again, another one from Napa Valley. Napa Valley is killing it.
Napa.
And then, I don't know if you guys are aware of Dupes, Destination Dupes. And what that is basically the alternative to certain destinations that you could go to.
That are overpopulated.
Overpriced, and you could have the same experience.
There you go. Let's do it.
We have a Dorian Expedition surprise. And
let me guess, it's not in my notes?
It's not in your notes.
Okay.
All right, so here we go. Let's start it off.
All right, let's do it. Let's bust these myths open.
Let's bust them. All right, myth number 1. You ready?
Yeah.
Paris is always romantic.
I think it can always be romantic. The only problem is the 1,000 other million people there who also think it's romantic. It's really overcrowded, but it's so pretty.
I agree. I think it can be romantic if you have the right patience and the right frame of mind, but it is very chaotic. It's overcrowded, and it's a little bit gritty. It's gotten a little bit gritty.
Yeah, it has, but I think the charm is still there.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's different seasons that might be less crowded, but it is beautiful.
Yeah, it is. It's one of the most beautiful cities in the world. You can't deny that. But I think, this is what's happening is that and we've mentioned this several episodes. I just feel like the over tourism is becoming a thing. This is why we have segment 3. But do you know in 2023, over 44 million tourists visited Paris?
Oh my God.
Yeah. So that's again, over tourism, I think could really, really hinder your romanticism of Paris.
There's always protest stuff and
really?
Strikes.
They're very laid back.
But there's other areas, I think like besides Paris, outside of Paris, there's one of my favorite, Monet. You can go to his house and you can see where he painted all his beautiful water lilies. There's other things to do that's outside of Paris. Yeah, outside of Paris, definitely. Like Mount Saint-Michel, Versailles. What?
Versailles,
yes.
Yeah.
Really pretty.
Yeah, it's. I mean, France is just a gorgeous, gorgeous country, and the French are very, very unique. So, yeah, I love Paris. I mean, I love France overall. So I think Paris is great. It's probably like a must-do from everyone to travel, but there is other things to see in France that it's not just Paris.
It's funny. I have to say this. I've been to Paris several times, and we had a layover unexpectedly, and we should put this little clip inside here. It was really cute. And I did not realize the impact Paris had. Everyone has this iconic, the Eiffel Tower and what have you. And we got stuck there on Thanksgiving. And we had a day, literally one whole day. Instead of staying in the hotel by the airport, we opted to get a hotel right in the city center. And our little one, mind you, all we had was our plain clothes. We had no suitcases, nothing. And when we got to the Eiffel Tower, which I had seen over 20 years, I have been to Paris at least 7 times. So when we got there, and my husband's been there as well, and when we got there, I not that I didn't think it was a big deal, but, I'd seen the Eiffel Tower again, and our little one went nuts. And she's like, can you believe it? I'm here, like under the Eiffel Tower. And I didn't even think it was a thing for her. And she was probably the most excited. Yeah, so that was really cute.
It was one of my favorite Paris moments. I'm not gonna lie. Her enthusiasm to see Paris. So Can it be romantic? Yes. Is it overcrowded? 100%. Can that diminish your romanticism? Yes. But guess what? We saw it with our little one, and that
Yes, nice.
that touched my heart. So yeah, it's still there. Okay, this is a good one. Myth number 2: Italy is only about pasta and pizza.
No way, Jose. No way.
No way. It's about a lot of pasta and pizza.
No, but there's also, the culinary belt, which has Morena, which has the balsamic Parma, which has all the Parmesan cheese. There's so much other experiences there, truffles. So I think that's important to say that it's beyond just pizza and pasta. And honestly, the only pizza that you're going to get that's the best is going to be in Naples.
Naples, yes. But I will say Northern Italy is known for their polenta, risotto, and alpine cheeses. Southern Italy is known for their fresh seafood, spicy nagionda, which I can't even pronounce.
And eggplant dishes. It's my favorite.
I'm not an eggplant guy.
He says that, but he eats it.
I know. So crazy fact. Italy has over 300 types of pastas, over 500 cheeses, and over 20 wine regions.
Yes.
That's insane. Insane. So you want diversity in cuisine? I think Italy's you're
I know, but we're like so biased.
Super biased. So I should have prefaced this segment with Italy's like our jam. So yeah, and my stomach and my gastrary system is all about Italian food.
Yeah. So
and Sicily.
Yeah, I didn't know if you want to talk about that.
I kind of want to talk about that. So yeah, go.
But hold on, because it says Sicily's conscious tradition. So I'm not sure what is that, because
they roast suckling pig. That's what they do.
Okay.
So it's different vibes from Napoli, for example, which is not.
No, are you sure? You know that's couscous.
What's it mean? It's couscous.
Sicily's couscous tradition and Sardinia's roasted suckling pig.
Yeah, so they have. What do you mean roasted suckling pig? Like, I'm Cuban, I eat pig.
I know, I just don't want to see it. Like,
yeah, it's succulent.
Like, just don't let me look at it.
Whatever. So you throw a little couscous on there and you're good. You're Sicilian.
Talk about the Veneto region and how they eat horses over there.
So I think our point is meat. I think Italy has a diverse set of food. It's not just pasta and meatballs and yada, yada.
No, best food ever. Everything.
Yeah. So here we go. Are you ready for this next one? This one, I'm excited.
So ready.
Africa is just safaris and desert.
Okay. No.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not, people. Africa has 54 countries, thousands of cultures, and a spectrum of landscapes, meaning you have everything in Africa, really, because it's one of the biggest continents in the world, and it is excessively diverse. I think, obviously, the popular thing is safari, desert, the Jurassic Park guy, whatever, with the hat. But no, it's a lot more than that.
Cape Town?
Cape Town. Do you know that the NUWTO, according to them, Africa's tourism grew by 96% from 2022 to 2023. That is amazing.
After COVID, I think so many things opened up. And at the end of 2021 is when traveling really started booming again. Hence why 2022 and 2023, the spike really went up.
But I love to see that number, especially in Africa, because I think Africa, like we always talk about,
get that money.
Yeah, and to make the money, but it's Africa is like Africa. I just feel like it's a continent that always gets overlooked, and you have Antarctica that probably gets a lot more tourism because of the ice glaciers in Europe, but Africa is phenomenal.
Morocco, which you have no idea, is like right up on the very, very top. If I don't get there in the next year, I will lose my mind. But it's known for its mountains, deserts, ski resorts, imperial cities. I mean, the absolute amazing spices, everything about it is just so. That is like hint, hint, hint. If I don't get there within the next year,
we're going to Morocco. All right. So next myth.
Yep, let's go.
You ready for this?
I'm ready.
The Caribbean's only beach vacation.
No way. I don't know.
It's not. You know that Dominicana Okay. You have there you go. The Dominicana is called the Nature Island for its top ecotourism spot, and Puerto Rico, the Central Mountains, have been one of the best hikes
And coffee.
and coffee tastings in this part of the world, which is phenomenal. Jamaica has,
Which is my favorite.
has over 120 rivers.
Yep.
Plus reggae culture, obviously,
Waterfalls and culinary tours. So, and their coffee's great too. I really want to say that. And I've done many of their rivers where we've gone in the bamboos, like they look like rafts, but they're made out of bamboos, and then you go down the river. And I've done that several different times, which is amazing. They have tons of hiking, waterfalls.
Zip lining is pretty big in all those islands down there in the Caribbean.
I can totally see that.
Yeah. And do you know that
UNESCO,
right? You do have my notes. Love it. UNESCO reported that the Caribbean heritage tourism, so in other words, it's not beach tourism, it's not like let's go jet ski and whatever, but the actual heritage, the cultures of these islands are surpassing and growing faster than the actual beach tourism.
I can see that,
which is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
You know, I think there's like a little tone here, like the African continent and the Caribbean cultures. Like it's a very underrated, exposed travel, and I think that's something that I'm glad that the numbers are spiking.
I hear you.
Do you?
I totally
do. You? Because you look like you kind of zoned out there for a second. Is it the wine?
Could be.
You know what? That's a perfect segue.
So what? The wine?
To segment 2.
Here, you talk about it. I'm going to get the bottle.
There we go. Segment 2, people. AvinoDos Cabernet Sauvignon, 2018. Take a look. Put that closer to the... just stretch.
I don't have Gumby arms.
Yeah, you have Gumby arms. Fantastic. Napa Valley, California. It's in the Knoll district. It got a gold medal. It was a gold medal winning in tastings.com, which I understand why. Great pairings with this wine is
I like it.
Pot roast, light. Steak, potatoes, beef stew. Yeah, it's definitely a hearty wine.
It's hearty, but it's also light.
Yeah, it's like you. You're hearty but light.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
No.
So last episode.
Wait. Oh, that's what I mean.
Sorry, I was just gonna mention Napa Valley something.
Yeah. Sorry, sir. Go.
Our last bottle was also from Napa Valley, so this is a great thing for to do like a Napa vineyard tour. That's all. Go ahead.
Exactly. No, please give more winery.
They also only do private tastings, which is awesome because then you're not there with a bunch of tourists. You can actually just go with your people and do a private tasting, which I love.
Yeah. And it's in the Crusher Wine District. In case you are planning your
Napa,
I really do think we should do a segment on Napa, the perfect ultimate Napa Valley.
I think we should go to Napa and then do the Napa.
I concur.
Okay, that's next plan.
I concur. So, fun fact: this winery produces handcrafted small lot wines, with focus on just elegance and balance. And I could tell you right now that it is definitely
good,
balanced, elegant.
Yeah.
I like it. It's very
delicious.
Smooth.
Yeah,
it is pretty smooth. Yeah, it's nice. I don't know if by segment 4 will be okay, but it's great.
We can go by segment 4.
Like by the end of this video, we might be a little.
This is segment 8.
What are you talking about?
You said segment 4
of this episode.
Oh, like podcast. Now we're going on to segment 3.
Wow.
Segment 3 are Destination Dupes and where to go instead of.
So
I think this is awesome.
So I just want to be clear that they understand what we're doing here. Is we're going to give you a very famous travel spot, and we're going to give you the alternative.
Right.
The dupes.
So you go first, and I will give the dupe.
Got it. Okay. The Grave in Portugal, which is a very famous beachy spot.
So the reason why it is, but first of all, it's beautiful, but it's very south of Portugal. So a lot of people who do the south of Spain, we'll just jet on over and head on over to that area. So that whole area of Spain and Portugal is very popular and very over populated and a lot of tourists. So a dupe would be, you can go ahead and say it.
Costa Verde.
Yes.
Costa Verde, Portugal.
Which is more towards the top and a little bit unvisited. So I think that's great to know.
The seafood is still fantastic, and
Yes.
it's unspoiled landscape. So in other words, again, footprint over
A
tourism,
little bit quieter.
a little quieter, but you get the same effect.
Yep. Surfing is over there and little hidden coves.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So another one is instead.
No, I say that I need to give the dupe.
Got it.
We gotta be in sync. Gotta be in sync.
I mean, does it really matter?
Yes, it does. For consistency and for
Got it.
them to continue watching us. Okay, so Barcelona
Mm-hmm. Instead of Barcelona,
instead of Barcelona,
Seville, Spain.
Seville, Spain. So flamenco, tapas.
It's also the south, but it's very
Moorish.
pretty.
Yeah, it's the Moorish architect.
I love that's like my favorite.
Going back to Africa influence. I definitely fewer crowds in Barcelona, especially in the spring, and super festive during Sierra de Abril. In other words, in
Okay.
April.
In April.
So that's definitely a place.
I think we should do traveling in Europe in the off season. I think that's a good topic.
Yeah, I hope you're taking notes.
Season Europe instead of the summer, you know?
Yeah,
All
I
right.
concur. So next one is Hawaii, and so
Oh, and so instead of the Hawaii, the dupe is Madeira, Portugal. So this is we're actually planning this. It is an island off of, believe it or not, even though it's part of Portugal, it's an island off of Morocco. It is considered kind of like where the high mountains, just like Hawaii. That I would be the comparison. It is quieter. The beaches there are amazing. The hiking is supposed to be awesome, and that's kind of the reason why we want to go, because we are hikers. So definitely they have whale watching, and it is a little bit more affordable. And if you're already in Europe, no jet lag, so that's a plus.
yeah, so you get the Hawaii feel, but with very, very less cost than Hawaii. And it's one of the best adventure spots right now and expedition spots right now in the world. So definitely, that's a great dupe.
Yeah.
Next one, instead of Egypt,
Jordan. So it is right in between Israel and Egypt. Jordan's amazing. They have the Petra, which I love.
which is actually, it rivals, fun fact, it rivals the pyramids in terms of tourism.
Really?
Do you know that? It's incredible. And I think a lot has to do with Indiana.
Indiana Jones.
I'm not gonna lie, I think it
I was
does.
about to say that.
Yeah, it's a lot less touristy. And they say that the Wadi Rum Desert is one of the most surreal spots on earth.
Very cool.
So
That's definitely my bucket list.
yeah, I think that area we'd have to hit.
The Dead Sea float. What?
You float in the Dead Sea, is that what you're saying?
You do float in the Dead Sea because there's so much salt in it that you can't die in the Dead Sea. You didn't know that?
But it's the Dead Sea.
I know, but like you float.
So it should be the alive sea. Right? Because you stay alive. Anyways, so next one, Antarctica.
Mhm.
Right? Instead of Antarctica.
No, but it should be the other way. I don't think anybody really visits Antarctica. I don't know if I really believe that.
No,
I think more people go to Norway.
I disagree
You know
with
how
you.
hard it is to get to Antarctica?
I think Antarctica, but the whole thing is, instead of, for you to get the Antarctica feel,
because
it's more cost effective and easier for you to get to
Norway.
Svalbard,
Svalbard.
Norway.
Yes. So yeah, I mean you have
They
the
have
whole-
polar bears.
Okay. And it is the Arctic, part of the Arctic Circle. It is a little bit accessible to get to and less expensive. That is true. Antarctica is very
And then, and it has the northern lights. So there is an advantage going. Like, I know Antarctica is still a big hotspot, but again, it's a lot more affordable doing this.
that I agree 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. So
So I want to hear like their dupes. Like, is there a place
Yeah.
that maybe you go to versus another that kind of reminds you of another city but is affordable, less tourist, and something that you want to share with us.
Agreed. Please let us know.
Maybe they don't want to share with us because then it won't be a dupe anymore.
True. So you're saying that they want to keep it because they don't want to. They don't want to ruin the dupe.
Right. Like they want to keep it a secret because then if
everybody in Sevilla right now is kicking ass.
Right. Like they're probably mad.
They're probably mad. And Dorian Destiny. we're creating enemies all over the world. So that's it. Segment 3.
Yes.
That's pretty fast. We're going pretty fast.
We're doing good. We're doing good.
Let's see what we're doing.
How did you see the time?
Go up a little bit.
How do you see time?
Oh, we're doing pretty well. All right. So my favorite segment.
We're at the Dorian Expedition, segment 4. Here you go, everybody.
All right. So 5 epic athletic adventures in 2025 that I want to cover. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Are you ready for this?
I'm so ready.
Okay. And I'm excessively biased on this one because Portugal is in my top 3.
I have something to add to these too. Go ahead.
Okay. So number 1, hiking the Rota Ventina in Portugal.
Yes, and it's right smack dab in the center of Portugal. And Portugal is like a sliver. So even though you're right smack dab in the center of the country, you get to see beach and coastal views in your hike.
Yeah, which is amazing. It's rugged cliffs, and they have a lot of fishing villages, which is fantastic.
Super cool.
So the seafood's going to be off the hook. Like the hook is here. It's over here. It's completely off the hook. It's ideal for hikers that want to meet culture.
Okay.
As they say.
All right.
Next one, we stay in Portugal.
Yes.
And these are e-bike tours, which, by the way, I'm a fan of e-bikes.
So we did e-bikes in Switzerland.
Yeah.
I almost died.
Oh my God, I loved it. I at first I was a little like, what is an e-bike?
It was scary at first.
No, it was fantastic. I highly recommend it. And why not do it in Douro Valley, Portugal? Basically, this is where there's a bunch of vineyards in these hills. You could e-bike through there. You could stop. It's almost like your Napa Valley like wine tour, but in Portugal, which they have phenomenal wines. But you do it in an e-bike, which is great. They say it's less sweat, more sips.
I will tell you that I'm just gonna shamelessly plug this in at this moment. The Douro Valley actually has a river cruise too, that you can do the river cruise and head through all of the vineyards. So definitely want to plug that in.
Yeah, like definitely contact your husband and wife travel advisor combo that have a podcast named Dorian Destiny.
E-bikes equals less sweat.
Less sweat.
E-bikes equals less sweat, which it should be plus.
Okay.
More sip.
Let's stop there. I said this already, by the way. I said the whole less sweats, more sips, but she obviously is my wife, so she's ignoring me. All right, so next one is phenomenal.
It is. Should I say it or you say it?
No, I want you to say it because I'm bad.
Okay, so canyoning in Madeira. And that is when you're grappling down inside the canyons, which is awesome. I don't know. I can see you being a little scared.
I can, and I will. And I will be definitely scared, but I think I'll do it. I mean, once I'm there in Portugal, I think I'll just take a Xanax or something and just rappel down.
And then you get to zip line over the lush canyons. There's crystal clear pools, tropical gorges. We just love all of that because we love all that hiking.
Yeah.
So I think that's amazing.
So that's basically the top 3 right there is Portugal. So again, if you want to do an adventure in Portugal, you know where to find us. We'll definitely set that up for you. But the next one we're going to leave, and again, close to our hearts, another place that we love dearly is trekking the Alta Villa 1, which is a fantastic hike in the Dolomites, in the Italian Dolomites.
The Italian Alps.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. So it's 75 miles through the Italian. They're basically... If you guys could please Google the Dolomites, the Italian Dolomites.
Beautiful.
You're going to see that it's breathtaking and it's amazing.
Do Christmas markets in Bolzano and Cortina, just to let you guys know.
Yes, which is phenomenal. Cortina is like where the Olympics are going to happen.
Next year,
which is great. And it's just alpine.
Magic.
Beauty. And they have a homemade pasta, wine. Yeah, and they have a lot of spas there, a lot of resorts there.
A lot of wellness places there. Mm-hmm. Yes.
So highly recommend that. And then lastly, but not leastly, is the glacier hiking and ski touring in Iceland.
Yes.
So
snow snow-covered volcanoes, black sand trails, glacier caves. That's pretty amazing.
I mean, I just think that one statement right there should make you want to book it right now.
Hot spring.
They have hot springs. They have hot springs during the day, auroras at night.
Yeah.
So you're going to see those northern lights. Amazing, phenomenal. And then, again, it's just wild, icy, unforgettable adventures. Again, another alternative to Antarctica, because Antarctica is very difficult to get to. But you have Iceland and all that region, Norway, Iceland, Greenland is phenomenal for all that.
I hear you.
Yeah.
It's a dupe.
It's a dupe.
It's a dupe.
Doobie doop. Doobity doop. So there you go.
So what's calling you out of everything that we've said?
What's calling me?
What's calling you?
Man, that's a tough.
I know. All he talks about is Madeira.
I'm not gonna lie. Like I want to do the Italian Dolomites, and I want to really experience the spa. Like I want to.
Really?
Yes.
Even after how much you talk about Madeira?
No, Portugal's gonna happen, and I know, but there's something like dear to my heart of like, because I love Italy and I love Italians and I love food and all that, but it's just the Dolomites, the way they look, the way you experience it. It's not crazy hiking, but it's still amazing hiking. And then you have these 5-star resorts. It's almost like Switzerland, like where we could hike and then we go to these resorts, these 5-star resorts where it's about wellness, meaning I'm going to get some of the best spa situations in my life. It's a good balance of hiking and wellness.
Okay.
So I think that's what's calling me.
Yeah.
What about you?
So yeah, I mean, I think the Dolomites, but I really am. I know you love. Then you've talked about it, but I think I'm ready to go to Madeira.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
it's amazing,
and it's really close to Morocco.
That's you see, you're slick. Yeah, you're slick. I told you that we're gonna do Morocco. Okay. So why don't we do this? Why don't we get our hiking crew and go to Madeira?
I know, but I think
they could leave, and then we go.
I know, but I think the next hike we're doing, believe it or not, it's the Grand Canyon next year. But we're going from the North Rim down out the South Rim. So I think that's going to be.
I mean, you and I could hike.
I know, but let's be honest. Like, do you trust just you and I going alone?
Yeah, I do, actually. Do you trust us hikes? Whatever.
Well, guys, there's episode 8 in the book.
Yeah, there you go. Wait, let's transition to the end. All right. Well, thank you, everyone, again. Please follow, like, subscribe, comment. Let us know what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong.
We love to hear it, positive or negative.
Yes. No, but be positive because people get crazy.
We always want to be positive.
So, nothing. Thank you so much for joining us again. I hope you enjoyed episode 8. We love you.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.